Alright, so we're going to use this video to kind of go a little bit deeper into the increasing and decreasing intervals. One thing that always throws people off is they want to write down what the x values are doing. So if we look from left to right like you would read the graph, my x values are always increasing. So it's not going to do any good to describe what the x's are doing. We're going to describe this graph. Well, if we are looking at going up and down, increasing and decreasing, we are looking at the y values because the x's are always increasing. So if we go from left to right, we're just going to start at the first point I have. So we start at -10. We're going to put a parenthesis because at -10, that graph is not doing anything. And the best example I can give is if let's say we're riding a bike and we get to the top of a hill. Once we're at the top, we're not going up or down. We're just kind of sitting there. So we're not going to include these points. We start at -10, and this graph is decreasing. My y values are getting smaller until I get to -6. And we're going to use a parenthesis because, like I said, at -6 we're not increasing, decreasing, or anything. We're just sitting. So we're not going to include it. Then we're just going to continue on. So let me grab, we'll do different color, blue. We're going to pick back up at -6. And we're going to go until we hit a next, what's called critical point, and that occurs at -2. Well, if we look at what my y values are doing, they are increasing, they are getting larger, so we have intervals of increasing. Then, as you can see, we're going to change again, so at -2, we're going to turn to red because we are now going to start decreasing again. So -2 is where we start. The interval is everything from -2 until, let's see, what is that, +2? I think I copied that graph. So as long as that's +2, we're decreasing. Then we're going to start in green because my graph is increasing again. So from 2 until we hit 4. And then my last interval right here is going from 4 to 8. So those would be my intervals of increasing and decreasing. You could have a constant. So from a graph, we could be increasing, we could be decreasing, and then we stay constant. So that would just be called an interval of constant. So you could have all three of those.